Yo, what up, guys? We're gonna be trying something a little bit different today. This is not a reaction. This is a Bond fiction, all right? This is a fictional story that I created with the help of something, and it's called. Well, this is the title page for it, but it's called Joel Friday: The Rise of the Mama Movement. All right. Joel Friday had always been one to aim high. As a charismatic host of Joel Friday TV and a beloved figure in the Bond network, his star was already on the rise. But one quiet afternoon, while rehearsing one of his infamous moves at Bond HQ, an idea struck him. California was spiraling into moral decay, and Joel, had the perfect solution to fix it. Make the parents accountable. His plan? Restore morality by putting parents on the front lines. Mama! Joel shouted suddenly, his eyes gleaming with conviction. Jesse Lee Peterson, seated across from him, his usual calm demeanor, looked up from his steaming cup of mocha. What did you say, Joel? Mama! Make America moral again. I'm gonna run for governor, Jesse. Joel declared, doing an impromptu Dougie in the middle of the room, his smile radiating a mix of innocence and determination. Jesse blinked. You want to run for governor of California? He paused. You crazy, Joel. Nick, the American anchor baby, leaned out from behind the camera wide-eyed. Mama? Like, jail the parents to restore morality? That's. He scratched his head. Extreme. Joel grinned. Exactly, Nick. No one's done it before, but it's what we need. California has lost its way, and we're gonna fix it, starting with the parents. When I'm governor, we're gonna make California moral again. Yeah! He exclaimed as he raised his fist in the air. James Hake from the Hake Report laughed nervously, running a hand through his red, good hair. Joel, I'm with you, man. It's crazy enough to work. Are you sure MAMA is the best acronym? Before long, Joel's campaign had taken off like wildfire. Armed with his slogan, Mama, make America moral again, Joel traveled the state, spreading his message with passion and flair. He promised to hold the parents accountable for their children's behavior. You fix the parents, you fix the kids, and the whole country becomes moral again, he shouted to roaring crowds, often punctuating his speeches with enthusiastic hip hop dance moves. Governor Gavin Newsom didn't stand a chance against the whirlwind that was Joel Friday. Newsom's traditional libtard politics couldn't match Joel's fiery speeches, unconventional policies, and gregarious dance moves. Before anyone knew it, Joel had swept the election, becoming the new governor of California. Joel's first move? Enforce the Mama Act, which aimed to hold parents directly responsible for their children's actions. If your kid steals, you pay the price. If your son carjacks someone, you face the consequences, Joel announced, flashing his signature smile from his new governor's podium, which he had decorated with the bold Mama letters. Just like that. Look, it's James Haig. And that's it. um, the media went into a frenzy. Governor Friday's radical Make America Moral Again agenda shocks California, read one headline. Even Joel's colleagues at Bond couldn't believe how quickly things had escalated. Nick, now documenting Joel's rise to power in a YouTube documentary series, shook his head as he filmed. I knew Joel was onto something, but I didn't think California would actually buy it. James added, It's wild, man. Parents are now afraid of their own kids. You mess up, your mama's going to jail. But Joel was just getting started. His second major act was to deport every illegal immigrant in the state. California's for the moral. If you're here illegally, you ain't moral and you don't belong here. I'ma arrest your grandma. Joel declared while promising to personally curate a playlist of Drake for deportees to listen to on their way out. However, things quickly spiraled out of control, and families across California were being torn apart. Law abiding citizens found themselves at odds with Joel's new regime. Parents were constantly on edge, fearful that their teenagers' mistakes would land them in moral rehabilitation camps. News stations across the country were flooded with footage of bewildered moms and dads being taken away in handcuffs for their children's graffiti sprees, all in the name of the Mama movement. Nick James and Jesse watched in horror from their Bond HQ as the once thriving state descended into moral chaos. Jesse, ever unflappable, took a sip of coffee. Well, he mused, he black. Nick, who was still documenting the madness for posterity, shook his head. It's a mess, Jesse. We're literally jailing moms for their kids playing hooky. Meanwhile, Joel continued to prance through the chaos. He held press conferences where he defended his policies, often breaking into spontaneous moves. California is more moral than ever, he declared, as mothers lined up outside prisons waiting for visitation hours. But the unrest grew too large to contain. Soon protests erupted, and citizens, moral or not, demanded an end to Joel's reign. Back at Bond HQ, Nick James and Jesse watched it all unfold on TV. Looks like Joel's gone too far, Nick said wide-eyed as footage rolled of angry mobs chanting outside the governor's mansion. 2 hour show! 2 hour show! They yelled in unison. James nodded solemnly. This is like a dictatorship, but with more groove. Even Joel started to feel the weight of his actions. One afternoon, as he led a press conference flanked by Mama supporters, he realized something. Man, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. We're all about moral, but it's getting out of hand. He shimmied side to side nervously. Can't we all just get along? But it was too late. President Donald Trump, sensing the chaos in California, sent in the military to restore order. Tanks rolled through the streets of Sacramento and soldiers stormed the governor's mansion. As they handcuffed Joel and led him away, he smiled weakly at the cameras. I was just trying to make America moral again. At Bond HQ, Jesse, Nick, and James watched the footage with a mixture of pride and disbelief. Well, Jesse sighed, Joel meant well, but you can't punish the father for the sins of the son. Yeah, I think he went a little overboard, mostly with the whole arresting everyone's parents thing. My mama been in jail for 6 months under the Mama Act, Nick exclaimed. As Joel was driven away, he gave one last defiant shout. Mama! The lesson? Absolute power corrupts absolutely, even when it's a well-meaning governor who just wants to dance and make America a better place. And as the tanks rolled through the streets, a somber realization dawned. Maybe jailing every parent wasn't the best idea after all. And so the lesson was clear. Making America moral again might sound good on paper, but once you start jailing every parent and deporting half the population, things can spiral out of control pretty quickly, even if your heart and your dance moves are in the right place. Back at Bond, Joel's desk sat empty, save for a sad, handwritten sign, Gone dancing. Be back soon. Well, that's the conclusion of the first Bond fiction. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch Bond Network, Jesse Lee Peterson, James Haig, Nick the Anchor Baby, the American Anchor Baby, Joel Friday. This is just a little idea I had to start making these little fan fiction, Bond fiction stories based on what's going on in the show and what's going on in the news and stuff like that. So it's been pretty entertaining for me. Hopefully you found that entertaining as well. If you did, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, let me know what I should write a Bond fiction about next. All right, guys. God bless you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Have a great day. And like and subscribe for more Zenny Reacts. Peace.